All right, so I hope you're doing well. And I think a lot of folks have been waiting on this. I know I've been working my tail off, getting everything in line. I have spent a tremendous amount of time, effort, energy, and money getting all this set up. So, what happened was when I started making the YouTube videos for my clients, um, other folks around the country started uh, watching them and liking them and all that. And I'm extremely humbled by that and very appreciative. And now we have a pretty decent following and want it to continue to grow. And I remember three guys in the beginning of this asked me if I would train them on how to grow their fescue yard. And they actually came up with the idea for me to actually for them to pay me to do this. And of course, I didn't accept their money. I helped those guys just because I wanted to help them. But the same three guys put the bug in my ear to do this on a large scale across the United States and set up an academy, a training tool, if you will, an online training course that offered products and videos and all that kind of thing to teach people how to grow a fescue yard. So that's what has led us to this point. So I want to make one thing very clear that this is not the official release video. This is not the official release video. That video will come out about the first week of January. I should have everything firing on all cylinders and ready to go. What this video is for folks who have, excuse me, for folks who have been following me for a while and have been hearing about the Academy. And I just want to go over it with you, let you soak it in, and I want some feedback for the next 2 weeks. I'd like comments, and basically the comments I'm looking for are comments about the pricing. That's been my biggest fear in this entire thing, is making it affordable for folks who want to do it. Um, so that it's a big deal. I believe we're bringing a lot of value to the table because you're getting a lot uh, of knowledge. You're getting products that you've probably never seen before, never heard of before, and you never would hear about them unless it was for this academy. So keep that thing in mind when you're giving the feedback, and so let's dig into it. Okay, so here we go. A little bit of a disclaimer here, and of course, anybody with any type of common sense should be able to get this. I'm in North Carolina, and you are who knows where. I'm not. I don't have eyes on your yard. Don't plan to put eyes on your yard unless you send me a picture of it. Don't plan on coming to your location. So basically, this is the end user is 100% responsible for your yard. GCI Turf Services or myself, Pete, is in no way responsible for any negative results to your yard and or turf grass. The end user accepts all responsibility for any products that you apply to your yard. That goes for anything you buy at Lowe's or Lesco, or whether you buy it from my website. You are responsible. The end user is responsible for accurate applications and proper watering. Of course, that somewhat falls under my responsibility because in the videos you get with the products you purchase, you will be taught watering and accurate applications. But anything beyond that, if I tell you to use two and you use one, that's your fault. If I tell you to use 2 and you use 2 and don't do it the correct way, it's still your fault. I think you get the gist of this first thing right here, that I'm in no way responsible for anything. So I just want to make that clear. Had a lot of folks ask what exactly the Academy is. Well, I'm going to tell you what it's not. First of all, it is not for all grass types. Although the fertilization aspect of this would work for most all grass types. I know Bermuda grass loves this fertilizer, um, but it is specifically designed for tall fescue. The Academy is not for local GCI turf clients. Obviously, that would be counterintuitive or counterproductive. Uh, Simply because if you're one of my clients watching this video right now, you're already paying us for this program or something very similar. So it doesn't make sense to spend money twice. Now, there are a few things down toward the bottom. We'll get talking about vegetable gardens, and that would be for GCI local clients, but we'll get to that in a minute. The Academy is not unlimited access to me, meaning you're not going to have me 24/7. I've specifically created this system to be online and self-operating, I guess is what it would be. I have a family, I have a wife, I have kids, I have church, I have sports, I have movies I like to go watch. I have all the kind of things I like to do. I have a job here, and I have a company I have to run with 9 employees. So I'm very busy. So this is not unlimited access to me. Everything you'll need to know is inside the Academy. You are not buying my opinion on what you currently use on your lawn or your yard, or what you might buy for your yard. I'm not giving you my advice on other products. You're strictly buying this custom lawn care program that I put together. It is not refundable in any way, shape, or form. The only thing that would be refundable, obviously, shipping. From time to time, things get damaged, and yeah, absolutely. My vendors are going to replace those, and we're going to replace the things that we ship out. If they're damages, that's what shipping insurance is for. But if you use one of the products and you're unsatisfied with it or whatever, you bought it, it's a done deal. You don't get your money back. It's not intended for lawn care professionals. Now, I had a lot of questions on this. That's a whole different ball game. The surfactant, you can find out a little bit about the surfactant we use in this video. The lawn care guys, you would benefit significantly from this surfactant. I mean, in a tremendous way. It cuts you cost like you wouldn't believe. That part you would benefit from. The fertilization part and all that. You're not going to get any benefit from the actual fertilizer we're selling to the DIY guys. Strictly for cost and shipping. It's not worth your time to buy pallets of this and have it shipped to you from where it's being shipped from. If you're local, we will sell you our custom blend fertilizer. And the guys that I've already talked to about that, you can contact me directly when the time comes. And most of you, I've already talked to you about that, so you know who I'm talking to. So not intended for the lawn care professional. And here we go, GCI Academy is, and these are basically direct opposites of what is not. It is intended for tall fescue. It is intended for the DIY homeowner. It is an online private video instruction on rates, how to and when to apply products sold by GCI Turf Services. So you'll find out a little more here in just a minute how that process is going to work. It is access to a private YouTube channel, which you can go back and watch the videos over 1,000,000 times if you need to. But you won't get access to that channel without the membership or the subscription. Something else we may be working on is possibly a private Facebook page where members can go in and put pictures of their yards and all that kind of thing, and I can comment, or other members can comment, and that kind of thing. Working on a possible GCI Turf Academy app that you would download to your phone that would kind of send you out notifications, say, hey, it's time to buy this, or it's time to buy this, or get ready to apply this. That's for the future. I'm really going to see how the bare bones of this thing or the startup goes with it before I dig into that part. All right, so big deal. Very, very big deal. You must know your square footage. You must know it. It's imperative. There's no other way you can do this program unless you know this number. Now, I'm not saying, I've talked to folks and they say, oh yeah, well I think I got about 3/4 acre. I don't want that. That's not going to work. It looks like 2,000 square foot. I think it's 3,000 square. That's not going to work. You physically take a tape measure and go out to your yard, and you physically measure the length of an area and the width of an area. You can see right here for the example, I've got the length is 50 feet and the width is 10 feet. Well, when you multiply those together, you end up with 500 square feet. So you must know this. I cannot stress to you how important, strictly to know what it's going to cost you. You don't want to jump into this thing and have no clue to what it's going to cost. A little later in this video, I've got the whole thing broken down to what the whole entire program cost per 1,000 square feet. So imperative that you know this number. Do not guess at it. Get out there. There's videos and tutorials everywhere that you can figure out how to figure out square footage of a yard. If you have an odd shaped yard, or a weird shaped yard, it's not a perfect square, you can figure that out. It's all over Google. So you have to know that number. Now, when you sign up for and get a membership, in the membership, I will send you a link and you will fill out this form for me. And then I will measure your yard for you, and we will compare what you have to what I have and make sure we're on the same page, because that's incredibly important when we're applying these products, whether you over apply or under apply, especially on the nutrition part. We don't dare want to under apply because you're just cheating yourself. So the GCI Turf Academy, the equipment that you're going to need, you will need this equipment in order to do this. Well, the first thing you're going to need the 1-year membership fee. It's $147, and it gets you 1 year. So if you sign up in April, it ends in March. If you sign up in January, it ends up in December. You get the picture. The comments. I really want to focus on this. When you make your comment, I want to know if this is fair. I don't. Over here, you'll see what the membership includes. And when we get over here to this part, I want you to think back to this part, okay? This is taking a incredible amount of my time, energy, effort. I'm spending lots of money getting all this going. So I'm thinking it's either going to be a major bust or a major boom, one of the two. But I've got to have something in here to cover my time and effort. So I think $147 is a pretty good deal. But you can let me know in the comments what you think. You will need some type of sprayer. All right, we have teamed up with a sprayer company that offers a battery-powered 2-gallon or 4-gallon sprayer, depending on the size of your yard. Um, these two right here go hand in hand with this sprayer nozzle assembly that I have designed and developed myself. Um, you'll learn more about that in the intro video, but you will need some type of a battery powered sprayer, not a pump sprayer. It's not going to work for this. You have to have a battery powered sprayer, preferably one of these two, because in the instructional videos I'm going to be using one of these or both of these, so that way we all stay on the same page. We also have, you'll have the ability to get a spot sprayer here. And again, these things, once you buy them one time, they're yours. You'll always have it for you. You don't have to continuously buy that over and over. All right, this is a big deal. The surfactant we use has to be pH adjusted, meaning if your water is if your finished solution is a 8 or whatever, you have to adjust the pH down to a certain level to activate the surfactant. The surfactant is the star of the show. It is the Mac Daddy. It's the big deal. It's the star of my lawn care company here locally. So you will need a pH meter. They're $49, and then you will need I think this is about a pint of meter solution. And what that is a storage solution that once you use the pH meter, the pH meter is small. It's a little handheld deal. A very, very high quality one, though. It's not a cheap knockoff junk one. It's a very nice one. Once you use the meter, you would store the meter in this solution. So these two go hand in hand. You must have both of these together. If you store the pH meter dry, you're going to screw it up and you're going to have to purchase another one. This meter solution, I've been working on the same bottle for 2 years, 3 years. So that $12 goes a very, very long way. Again, the sprayer nozzle assembly, I told you about that. This is going to allow you to spray a large area in a fast amount of time. I've timed it on my yard, which is 17,000 square feet, and I can spray it in about 13 minutes. So that's very quick. You'll need a spreader, a broadcast spreader with the wheels on it that you push, preferably. Something that's pretty accurate. I know Lesco makes a great one. The Scott spreader, there's nothing wrong with that. The Earthway spreader, nothing wrong with that. But you will need a spreader. So what does the membership include? Well, first of all, you will go to the website. That website will be announced the first week of January. For right now, I don't think I'm going to put a cap on it. At first, I thought we were going to put 100 people cap on it, but I think I'm going to take a chance and see just how good this thing will do. You'll get a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet will have the order of operations on it. That spreadsheet will also be on the membership website. It's going to tell you what to do at what times of the year and so forth. You'll every time you purchase a product, you will get let me back up. You have access to that membership website. You will actually have to log in with a password and login credentials to be able to get in there. Inside that website is where you have access to these products, where you can purchase them. There'll also be a video tutorial attached with each product. So if you buy the surfactant and you click on it and you purchase it, and once you make the purchase, you get an email with the video attached. So you have to purchase the product from the website. Now that's a big deal. That's part of me making some income off of this. Is all this stuff, we have deals worked out with all these folks for commissions off of them. So let's say you You go to Amazon and purchase a pH meter. From Amazon, it may be a $15 pH meter, but then you email me and say, well, I bought the pH meter. I'm like, well, no, you didn't. You didn't buy it from our site because we get notified of that. So you won't get the video. So it's foolproof on my end to cover my time. So in order to get the videos, you have to purchase it from the website. It's plain and simple. You will get one phone call from me. I would simply shoot you an email and say, hey, can we talk about the yard? Whatever, such and such day. I will schedule that. And that will be roughly a 10 to 15 minute phone call. You'll also get 2 emails or text a year where you can send me pictures, or if you got concerns or want to know a little bit more detail about whatever, you'll get that as well. 1 phone call, 2 email / text a year. That's not 2 emails and 2 texts. It's 2 total. No exceptions to that. What you're also getting with a membership is, in my opinion, is a big deal. It's 15 years of tall fescue knowledge, all my failures, my errors, and my successes. So, again, think about that. What comes with all this? Is it worth $147 a year? Are you willing to pay that? I don't know. I don't pay people to do my yard. So that's why I'm asking you to give me an honest opinion, an honest answer. You will not offend me. You cannot offend me. But I need to know. I just need to know if that sounds fair or not. And if we need to adjust that, we might. And then again, I may not, because I feel like it is fair for what I've got. The time I've got invested in this, and the time that's going to be invested into all this. So here's your pricing. Again, you need to know your square footage. So don't look at these numbers and say, oh, don't freak out. You have to go get your square footage and write this down on a sheet of paper and do some math before you'll know. So again, the membership's $147. That is, if you go from January to December, in January you have to re-sign up and pay another $147. So it's per year. This is a basic fertilizer program. You're going to do 3 fertilizations a year. There will be a spring app, there will be a summer app, and there will be a fall app. Now, this fertilizer is unreal. Yeah, I doubt you've ever seen anything like it, anything close to it. It is your NP and K, it's all your micros, it's your humates, all combined into one. But what sets this fertilizer apart is the length of feed you get out of it. The springtime fertilizer, it's going to feed your yard for 4 months. The summertime fertilizer is going to feed the turf for 6 months straight. And then the fall is going to feed it for another 4 months. The spring and the fall are the same one. The fertilizer for the summer is a little bit different. And of course, when you do the math there, you come up with 14 months. Well, that's one of my little catches to fertilization, is I always constantly want food in the ground for the turf. That's one of the secrets that's been to my yard and the yards that we do here locally within our company, is we never let the fertilizer run out. The pre-emergent is a liquid. This is why you will need the sprayers and the sprayer nozzle assembly to be able to apply this. Back up here, the fertilizer is $18.20 per 1,000 square feet. Excuse me. That is for all 3 applications. So if you wanted to divide that by 3, that would tell you your cost per application per 1,000 square feet. Now, let's say you have 10,000 square feet. You would take this $18.20 and multiply it times 10, and you would come up with $180.20, or $182 maybe. That would be your cost for the year, 182 bucks. So I hope you're getting this, the gist of all this. Your pre-emergent is going to cost you 75 cents per 1,000 square feet. If you choose to do the fungicide program, which I highly suggest, I mean, it's imperative you keep the disease out of the yard, right? There are 5 fungicide applications in this program, and they total $14.90 per 1,000 square feet. That is for all 5 of them. That's not each. Now, I hope I've got all my math right. I've double checked and triple checked this. So, the star of the show, our surfactant. What is a surfactant? A surfactant is a product or a liquid that you add in to things like fungicides or things like weed controls or things like fertilizers, liquid fertilizers, and it makes the fertilizer or the fungicide or the weed control better. It helps it get into the plant better. Well, I use in my company what I personally feel like is the best surfactant on the planet. It's 100% natural. Um, it is by far my favorite product that we use, simply because in our lawn care program, we get to cut our rates on pretty much everything we use because of the surfactant. It makes fungicides, weed controls, fertilizers, biostimulants, it makes them more efficient, makes them more effective. So it's very cheap. It's not expensive at all. It's about 67 cents per 1,000 square feet. And again, this is pH regulated, so that's why you have to have the pH adjuster and the pH meter and that kind of thing. Now, your total for this basic program right here, your total is going to be $33.85 per 1,000 square feet. That's if you use the fungicide. Now, if you don't want to use the fungicide, then you subtract the $14.90 from the $33.85. So you come up with, what's that? Like half. It's like 16, 17, 18 bucks, somewhere in that range. All right, so let's say you have a 2,000 square foot yard. You simply multiply that times 2. That's your cost per year. What it costs you, if you have a 1,000 square foot yard, you're going to spend $33.85 to have an incredibly looking yard for the year. Now, let's talk about packaging. Let me go over here right quick. The biostimulant package. This is kind of like an add-on. This is something you can do. I highly recommend it. These are things like humic acid, fulvic acid, kelp, all kind of things like that are focused on the dirt. Focused on the soil, make the fertilizers more effective. All kind of good things come out of this package right here. Well, we've worked out a deal with the company. You will get a case of 4 gallons. That's 4 1-gallon containers. Each 1-gallon container contains a different product. One might be humate. One might be a humate with kelp and fulvic. One might be like a 005 or whatever. They're specifically designed for the DIY guy that takes all of the danger out of it. Because, you know, when you're applying liquids to a yard, you can screw things up in a hurry if you don't know what you're doing. Well, I chose these 4 products simply because they are foolproof. You cannot screw up with these. You can only benefit from them. So I've worked it out with these guys, and I don't want you to hold me to this $92. It's going to be somewhere between 92, maybe 105 bucks roughly for the case. That would include shipping it to your house anywhere in the United States. I think that will probably exclude Hawaii and Alaska. So probably everywhere but there. Um, Back to the surfactant. Something just came to mind. I will. This will be listed and blasted all over the website. There are 8 states I cannot sell this in. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not my fault. Talk to your state about it. Off the top of my head, I think it's Wyoming, Idaho, Tennessee, Kentucky, California. I'll have to get the other 3, but that will be on the website and it will be on the eBay store. Uh, we can't sell in those states for whatever registration reasons. I wasn't going to pay the $2,000 per state to do that, so I just decided not to sell it in those states. But that detailed information will be on the website. Over here, we'll have a GCI Turf Academy eBay store where you can buy shirts, hats, beanies, that kind of thing. I know a lot of folks have been wanting a hat and a shirt. We got these really cool looking camo beanies as well. The pH meters we will be selling on the eBay store, and I will be shipping those out myself. The pH adjuster, which is a little packet of citric acid that is incredibly concentrated. It takes very, very little of it. We mix up 2,500 gallons at a time of spray, and we use 4 to 5 packets of this. So, for a 2-gallon backpack sprayer, you're talking about a tablespoon. So this is going to last you a very long time. The surfactant, we actually have had it private labeled, so it will come to you labeled with our logo. That will be for sale on the Biostimulant, on the eBay store. And this is a big deal when it comes to the garden, because I don't know if you've seen some of my videos in the past with our bell peppers and tomatoes and jalapenos and all that kind of thing. I use this surfactant with Epsom salt like it's going out of style, and it is incredible on vegetables, just incredible. And along with that, we'll probably have the garden fertilizer, organic garden fertilizer, available on the eBay store as well. So you will need to reorder surfactant at some point in time. So you would go to the eBay store to get that. The biostimulants will be on the eBay store as well. They will be drop shipped from down in Georgia. The sprayer nozzle assembly will come straight from me at the eBay store. Now, anybody can see this stuff on the eBay store. We can't regulate who sees that and who don't. So it's there. That's why we pick these to go on there, because anybody and everybody can buy them. When you pay your $147 and get over into the member website, you will find a link to the eBay store, and with instruction to tell you, hey, go here and buy this if you're a member. The fertilizer is on the website, the member website. That is drop shipped as well. The sprayers, the 2-gallon, 4-gallon, and the little spot sprayer is basically a link. You'll click on that link. You'll be redirected to the sprayer website. And this is very important. There will be a coupon code on the website. You must use that coupon code for 2 reasons. One, so I know that you purchased that sprayer through me, and so that I get my commission on it. And number 2 is so you get free shipping if you use this coupon code. So that was kind of a little bonus that this company gave us for our customers on this. The weed controls, the pre-emergent and post-emergent. You notice I haven't said anything about post-emergent weed controls yet, because, my gosh, I mean, how many different weeds are there? So we've picked out a few products that are sold in smaller quantities like pints or half-gallon that are affordable, that cover a broad range of weeds, though showing you how to use those weed controls will be in the academy, will be inside the member website. That's why we didn't put any cost on that, because that's just a big, wide, broad spectrum. We want to catch the majority of the weeds with the pre-emergent. So we will teach you how to do that in a timely manner and how much to use and when to use it. But these are basically, I'm an Amazon affiliate on that, so you'll click a link for the weed controls and it'll shoot you over to Amazon. You purchase it, and that's the way I track it all, is through Amazon. Again, the surfactant, the pH meter, and the pH adjuster are all on the eBay store, and they are shipped directly from me, packaged by me. We will sell these two different ways. One as a kit, which you will get the surfactant, the meter, and the adjuster all in one package. And once you get the meter, of course, you don't need the meter anymore, because it's a solid item that it's not going to wear out. So you'll have that from here moving on. The only thing you would have to reorder in the future would be the surfactant or the pH adjuster. Okay, let me get back up here to the pricing and explain something. This is hopefully you're still with me. I know I'm trying to keep this video as short as I can, but it's kind of hard because there's a lot to go over. In this program, it says $33.85 per 1,000 square feet. That's your cost of actual product going on the ground. That doesn't mean that's all you're going to spend. And what I mean by that is, well, if you have 1,000 one bag of this fertilizer, let's take for example the summer fertilizer. One bag covers 4,300 square feet. Well, you have to buy that fertilizer in a 50-pound bag, right? So if you take that 4,300 and divide it by 1,000, you can do your yard 4 times with that fertilizer. So that means you're getting 4 years worth of application from that one bag if you have 1,000 square foot yard. So I'm trying to get across is, the container or the packaging for these products, this isn't the cost. These numbers here is not the cost for the package. Okay, it's the cost for the amount of product you're putting on the ground. So the surfactant is $40 a pint. So, that's a long ways from 67 cents. The pre-emergent is roughly, off the top of my head, I think it's around $65 for 5 pounds of it, maybe. Something like that. The fertilizer, the springtime fertilizer, is $35 a bag. The summer fertilizer is $30 a bag. Another thing about this is none of this includes shipping. Okay? None of this includes shipping. I can't give you an overall cost with shipping included, because I don't know who's going to buy it. I don't know if it's shipping to Mexico or Texas or New York. I don't know where it's going, so I can't do that. So the shipping and all is built into the eBay store. It's built into Amazon. It's built into wherever you buy this, through the website, through the Academy website. The shipping will show up and will tell you. The only one I know for sure about the shipping is this one. The actual case costs $62 and the shipping is $30. And that's why we just list it as $92 and call it free shipping, or includes shipping. That's the only one that is cut and dried. Now, the things that come off the eBay store, I can speak for this because I'm the one who will be taking it to the post office and dropping it off and sending it to you. we will be shipping this priority mail in those flat rate boxes. So, you know, say for instance, I think I can get this in a box that would cost $10 for shipping. Uh, you know, the hats and shirts would go in the little small baggies that cost like $7 to ship, something along that lines. Your biggest cost on shipping is going to be right here on the fertilizer, simply because it's a 50-pound bag. Now, I purchased 3 of these bags for myself just to see what the shipping would be. And I'm not going to disclose where it's coming from, but I can tell you to ship this fertilizer to North Carolina, it was about $19 per bag. So you would have to figure in your cost of shipping with this, but this is, again, this is price per product on the ground, not including, you know, what the actual package costs. So hopefully I've explained that well enough. Again, please leave me a comment and let me know your first thoughts, and if so, what to adjust, if any. Now, I don't plan on adjusting anything. I don't know why I wrote that in there. I just want to know if you would say, my gosh, this sounds like a really good deal. I think I'm going to do it based on everything I'm getting. You know, it's going to take me a lot of time to make these videos and to do it correctly. It's taken me a lot of time already to get all this set up. So it's may boom or bust. I don't know. We'll see which way it goes. I'm excited and I'm nervous because to my knowledge, I don't know if anybody in the country has ever tried to do this before. So we'll see how it goes. And of course, this is, excuse me, I feel like I'm talking way too much. This is going to be the Milo guys, the Milorganite guys. You know, I've never showed this fertilizer on any of my videos. You may have seen it in my hand or something, but I didn't let the cat out of the bag simply because I was waiting on this academy, just to be completely honest with you. It's incredible. That's about all I can say. This is one of those things you'll just have to trust me on, and whether you trust me or not, that's totally up to you. I don't. Hopefully you do. But this is going to be to take your yard to another level beyond the Milorganite thing. Now, I know that's a big deal with homeowners, and hey, I'm all about it. If it's working for you, by all means, don't change. But if you want to get more out of your yard and you want to know for a fact what you're putting down is incredibly good for the soil and the health of your turf, then hey, try the program out. Try the membership out for a couple of years, see what you think, and you know, roll with it. That's about all I can tell you. I'm throwing it out there for you. So be looking for the video. I'm going to say probably the first week of January. And that will be the official video of the release. I'll release the website. Everything will be active and ready to go. I've still got a meeting tomorrow with my web designer. And we're going over a screen share, and we're going over the entire website to make sure it's like I want it. And once that happens, and a couple of little odd ends have to fall into place, we will be ready to release. And of course, that video is going to be a lot shorter. So, because I know a lot of people don't like watching these long videos. And I'm sorry it took so long, but my gosh, it's just a whole lot to go over. So, I hope you've enjoyed it, and check you later.